Tonight, you are exactly where you need to be. This gentle meditation is designed to help you unwind, quiet your mind, and slip into deep, restorative relaxation. As you listen, allow your body to soften, your breath to slow, and your thoughts to gently drift away so you can fully surrender to rest. Let's begin by settling into a cozy and welcoming space where your body can soften and your mind can unwind with kindness. If you feel comfortable, please leave a friendly comment letting me know where you are listening from, because hearing where you are in the world helps our little community feel close and connected. Your message can be as simple as your city or your country, since even a small hello can make this shared space feel warm and human. Allow your posture to be natural and easy, whether you are sitting upright with gentle support or lying down in a position that feels restful and secure. Let your hands rest wherever they feel most at ease, perhaps on your lap, by your sides, or gently over your belly, so that your body receives the clear message that it is safe to relax. There is nothing to perform and nothing to prove right now, because this time is dedicated to your comfort and your care. Soften your gaze or close your eyes if that feels good, and give yourself permission to arrive in this very moment with patience and tenderness. The outside world can wait for a while, since your breath and your heartbeat are more important than any notification could ever be. You have given your presence to many things today, and now you are invited to give your presence back to yourself. Begin with a slow and steady inhale through your nose, and let the breath travel down into your ribs and belly, as if you are expanding a gentle lantern of light inside your center. Hold the top of the breath for a comfortable beat without strain, and then exhale slowly and fully through your nose or mouth, allowing your jaw to soften and your shoulders to release. Notice how exhaling is a quiet form of letting go, because each breath out is a small permission slip for the body to ease. Take another easy inhale that arrives like a warm breeze moving into a peaceful room, and let it widen the space between your shoulders with compassion. Exhale with gratitude for everything your body carried today, and imagine that gratitude traveling along your spine like a ribbon of soft light. You are doing enough by simply breathing with awareness, and that is a soothing truth. If thoughts begin to wander, greet them as kindly as you would greet a dear friend who stops by to check in, and let them know you hear them, and then guide them to a comfortable chair in the corner of your mind where they can rest while you breathe. You never need to fight your thoughts because they calm more quickly when they feel seen and welcomed. When you notice that you drifted, return to your breath with a gentle smile and begin again with patience. Bring your attention to the crown of your head and imagine a soft warmth like sunlight filtered through curtains settling there with a nourishing glow. Let that warmth move down to your forehead and smooth away any lines of concentration that you no longer need for this moment. Invite your eyebrows to relax and let your eyes rest comfortably behind your eyelids like two calm lakes in the quiet of evening. Soften your cheeks and the tiny muscles around your nose, and notice how releasing the center of your face eases your entire expression into friendliness. Unclench your jaw and allow a small space between your teeth, while your tongue rests like a quiet leaf on the floor of your mouth. Feel how even a slight drop in tension at the jaw sends a ripple of calm through your neck and shoulders. Let that ripple continue into the neck, and imagine your vertebrae stacking with effortless alignment, like smooth stones balanced by a thoughtful hand. Allow your throat to feel open and spacious, and picture the breath moving gently through that space as if it were passing through a peaceful archway. When you swallow, let the action be soft and unhurried, and notice the small release that follows. Invite your shoulders to fall away from your ears as if heavy earrings of stress have been removed and placed in a safe drawer for the night. Feel the tops of the shoulders spread and relax, and let gravity be an ally that draws you into the support beneath you. Imagine the shoulder joints bathing in warm light that soothes and steadies like a quiet stream in summer. Let the relaxation flow down your upper arms and elbows, and allow your forearms to settle as if they were being gently cradled by warm sand on a peaceful shore. Soften the small muscles of your wrists and the delicate tendons of your hands, and allow your fingers to curl or lengthen in whatever shape feels like a yes to your body. Notice any tingling or warmth in your palms, and imagine that sensation as friendly electricity winding down for the evening. Bring your awareness to your upper back and imagine a broad canvas being stretched and smoothed without effort, because the fibers weave themselves into ease. Let your mid-back expand with your inhale, and then melt toward support on your exhale, like a sigh that finally found the right chair. Offer your lower back extra kindness by tilting your pelvis until comfort clicks into place, because alignment is an expression of care. Place gentle attention at your chest and feel the lift of your inhale moving your heart space forward like a lantern greeting the night. Allow your exhale to broaden the chest sideways and downward, as if you were hugging yourself from the inside with infinite patience. If emotions arise here, give them a tender welcome, because the heart is always honest and deserves your compassion. Let your awareness travel to your belly and release any bracing or pulling in this area that may have been protecting you during the day. Encourage the breath to reach the belly so that it rises and falls like a calm tide that knows exactly when to arrive and when to recede. Imagine a warm hand resting here, either a friendly version of your own hand or the gentle hand of someone who wishes you peace. Invite your hips to settle with the confidence of river stones finding perfect placement at the bottom of a clear stream. Release your glutes and the deep rotators and let your seat be fully supported, because support is what allows surrender. If you are lying down, feel how the surface beneath you meets you with steady loyalty, and let that loyalty soothe the nervous system. Allow comfort to travel down your thighs and feel the big muscles let go of unnecessary effort like travelers setting down heavy luggage at the door of a welcoming inn. Let your knees be soft and unguarded, because flexibility of spirit often begins with flexibility in the joints. Invite your calves to lengthen with every exhale, and imagine a slow unspooling that frees the fibers from the story of urgency. Soften your ankles and the tops of your feet, and spread your toes like sleepy starfish settling into warm sand. Imagine warmth gathering in your soles like a little fireplace in each foot, and let that warmth glow and glow until it feels soothing. When your mind checks on your feet again, notice that they feel pleasantly heavy and wonderfully calm. Return your attention to the breath and let it be natural and easy, because the body already knows how to breathe in a healing way. If it helps, count quietly with your breath, perhaps inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 6, while keeping the count flexible and friendly. If counting does not feel helpful, simply ride the gentle wave of inhale and exhale without any need to manage or control the sea. Set a kind intention for this meditation and let it be simple and honest, such as a wish to rest, a wish to feel safe, or a wish to be present with compassion. Whisper the intention internally and let it settle into your chest like a small note placed under a favorite candle for the night to discover. You do not need to force your intention to manifest, because intentions grow beautifully when they are watered with patience. If distractions arise, which they inevitably do, greet them with the phrase, "Thank you for trying to help," and then return to your breath as your home base. Notice how the breath is always available, always here, always steady, and always willing to start over with you as many times as you need. Starting over is not a failure in meditation, because starting over is the practice itself. Invite a gentle visualization to support your relaxation, and imagine that you are sitting near a quiet shoreline just after sunset. The sky is painted with soft indigo and rose, and the water is smooth as glass except for the smallest ripples that carry reflections of distant lights. Every inhale gathers the color of dusk into your body, and every exhale spreads calm, like a watercolor wash across your entire landscape. Hear the faint hush of waves brushing the sand, and let that sound align with your breath until you feel part of the shoreline itself. Smell the gentle salt in the air, mixed with a hint of cedar and a whisper of citrus from a lantern on the pier. Feel the air touch your skin like the softest fabric, and notice how your body responds with trust. As you sit by the shore in your mind, place a small basket near your feet, and imagine that you can gently set a single worry into the basket without analysis. Offer gratitude to the worry for trying to protect you, And then let the basket slide into the shallow water where the tide will carry it a few inches away and hold it safely. You can place more worries into this basket if you want to, or you can leave the basket where it floats, because you are in charge of your own care. Return to the sensation of breathing and feel how the breath has deepened with almost no effort, because bodies love to cooperate when they are treated with kindness. Let the inhale be a soft gathering of light into your chest, and let the exhale be a gentle release of weight into the ground. The more you trust this rhythm, the more the rhythm rewards you with calm. Place one hand over your heart if that feels comfortable, and notice the warmth of your palm meeting the steady pulse beneath. If the pulse is strong, honor its energy, and if the pulse is quiet, honor its subtlety, because either way is a sign of life doing its faithful work. Say a simple inner phrase like, "I am safe," or "I am present," or "I am worthy of peaceful rest," and let the phrase ride on your next 3 breaths. Now release your hand and allow your arms to settle once more, and notice how the heart area remains warm and soothed. Imagine that warmth spreading through your ribs and spine, and then flowing down your legs as if a gentle river of comfort is traveling home. Let the river bring steadiness to your whole body, and rest in the feeling of being quietly carried. As we prepare to continue with your meditation or move into deeper rest, notice how your breath has become soothing and reliable without needing any complicated technique. You have softened muscles that did not realize they were bracing, and you have created a refuge inside your own attention that will always welcome you back. This is the essence of practice, because returning to yourself with kindness changes the tone of the entire day and night. If you prefer to remain in the introduction for a few more breaths, enjoy the gentle ease of simply being here. If you are ready to transition into your deeper meditation, keep your movements minimal and let your breath be the bridge that carries you forward. Either path is a good path, because your intuition is a wise guide when it is treated with trust. To close this introduction softly, take an easy breath in and picture the inhale filling a little lantern at the center of your chest with warm light. Hold that glow for a calm heartbeat, and then exhale as you imagine the lantern sharing a gentle shimmer with your entire body. Let your shoulders, chest, and belly receive the shimmer, and let your legs, arms, and face receive it too, so that no part of you feels forgotten. If your eyes were closed, consider slowly blinking them open or keeping them soft and heavy, and let the room come back to you like dawn arriving at a quiet window. Notice how the space around you feels slightly kinder and more spacious because your nervous system is calmer. Offer yourself one last breath of gratitude for showing up, because showing up for yourself is a beautiful act of care. As you move into the rest of your practice or into your evening, remember that your breath is a key you can always carry, and this key opens the door to calm wherever you are. You're doing wonderful. You have arrived at a gentle place where nothing is rushed, nothing is demanded, and everything is allowed to soften inch by inch, breath by breath, moment by moment. Feel the bed beneath you giving steady support, the way a peaceful shoreline receives the tide without effort and without judgment. Let your shoulders release a little more with each exhale, like ribbons slipping loose from a carefully wrapped gift that was always meant for you. Sense the back of your head growing heavy and content, as if a friendly palm were cradling it with patience and with care. Allow your jaw to rest, with your tongue quiet and easy, floating like a leaf upon calm water where no waves are needed and no paddling is required. Feel your cheeks soften, your brow smoothing into a gentle horizon, while your eyes nestle behind their lids as two quiet lakes returning to perfect stillness. Your breath begins to move in a soothing rhythm, gathering comfort with every inhale and releasing the day with every exhale in a simple and trustworthy dance. Imagine a window opening within your imagination, its frame lined with evening vines and tiny bellflowers that chime softly whenever the night breeze arrives. Through this window, the sky is velvety and deep, sprinkled with attentive stars that shine with kindness rather than dazzle with urgency. A pathway of soft starlight forms across the darkness, a walkway made of small and steady glows that promise safe passage, steady footing, and gentle company. step onto the star path in your mind and feel how it carries you without strain, as if the night arranged itself into a cradle that moves in time with your breath. Below you, rooftops curl like sleeping cats, and meadows stretch like quilts stitched in silver and blue, while rivers wander as bright ribbons toward distant, tender hills. You travel slowly and kindly, a traveler without luggage, a guest welcomed by the sky as though the constellations had saved a seat with your name written in soft gold. A friendly cloud approaches like a cushioned ship, its edges silvered by moonlight, its center warm as freshly baked bread at a quiet kitchen table. You step aboard and the cloud ship responds with a gentle sway, a motion so soothing that your body understands immediately that it may surrender everything that feels heavy. Around the rail of the ship, dream moths hover with wings patterned like pressed flowers, and each slow beat of their wings releases a thread of calm that settles around your shoulders. The cloud ship drifts toward a great arch in the sky, an aurora doorway where colors soften from indigo to rose to pearly silver that seems to hum with kindness. As you pass beneath the arch, the air becomes a little warmer and a little sweeter, carrying the possibility that all worries might fade into a distance where they become small and quiet. You feel safe because the night knows how to carry what you no longer need to hold, and it knows how to do that without noise, without drama, and without effort. Ahead lies the lake of quiet reflections, a round mirror set into the sky where moon and stars come to sip from waters as clear as the first thought of morning. The ship floats to the lake's edge, where a pier of polished driftwood extends from a tiny boathouse whose windows glow with a gentle amber light. You step onto the pier and hear a friendly creak, the soft voice of wood welcoming you home, while the lake breathes with your breath, expanding a little on the inhale and settling a little on the exhale. At the end of the pier rests a wooden box carved with feathers, shells, and small waves that seem to move beneath the touch of moonlight. You open the box to find a brush and a stack of shimmering paper designed for painting worries with water, so the night can dissolve them kindly and completely. You dip the brush into the lake and draw the faint outline of a thought that has carried weight today. And as the water dries, the shape fades, leaving behind a patient blankness that feels like a clear sky after rain. You paint another worry and watch it softly disappear, and then another and another, until the page becomes quiet and your chest becomes wider and your breath becomes deep and unafraid. The more you allow the inkless lines to fade, the more the muscles along your spine release their careful holding, and the more your heart settles into the cradle of your ribs. There is a peace in this practice, because naming without judgment is a form of love, and letting go without force is a form of wisdom that your body recognizes. A pathway of tiny lanterns blooms along the shoreline, each lantern holding a miniature moon that blinks a patient greeting as you pass. They guide you to a hammock strung between two weathered beams inside the boathouse, woven of silver threads and the softest strands of night. You ease into the hammock and feel how it shapes itself around you, not demanding any posture, not insisting on any performance, only offering a gentle embrace that understands your language completely. Above you, the roof is slatted to reveal a scatter of stars, as if the boathouse were wearing a crown of quiet lights that wink slowly and approvingly. The lake laps at the pilings with a hush like silk slipping through a ring, steady and tender, while a faraway waterfall adds a soft thread of continuity to the tapestry of night. Everything around you participates in the lullaby, from the distant crickets to the mild wind to the beams that breathe with the lake's gentle rhythm. Invite your own body to join the lullaby by visiting each region with kindness, starting at your feet and traveling upward with curiosity and care. Let your feet grow pleasantly warm and comfortably heavy, like stones resting in sunlit shallows that have no reason to move and no need to prepare for anything. Allow the warmth to rise to your ankles and soften the small tendons there, and let your calves release their stories of walking, standing, and trying until those stories become quiet and kind. Move your attention to your knees and let them be unguarded, as if each joint were a door gently propped open so fresh air can pass through without hurry. Let your thighs relax like travelers setting down their bags in a safe inn, while the fabric of the hammock supports them with unwavering loyalty. Invite your hips to settle like river stones, discovering the perfect hollows meant just for them. And notice how your lower back sighs with relief when the hips find home. Bring awareness to your belly and welcome it exactly as it is, honoring the rise and fall that has carried you faithfully through hours and seasons and years. Imagine a calm moon living behind your navel, guiding your breath as a tide that knows precisely when to arrive and precisely when to recede. Let the breath widen the spaces between your ribs and feel your torso supported from beneath and soothed from within. Travel to your chest and let it brighten with the softness of a lantern, because a bright softness is still gentle and still kind. On your exhale, allow your heart space to broaden, not as a performance of courage, but as a simple acknowledgement that spaciousness feels good and safe. Imagine the lantern's glow extending to your shoulders, pouring down the channels of your arms, and gathering into pools of warmth inside your palms. Let your shoulders slide away from your ears as if unfastening tiny hooks of tension, each one releasing with permission and with gratitude. Feel your upper arms become heavy, your elbows easy and unhurried, and your forearms resting in trust as if the hammock had learned your favorite shape and decided to hold it for you. Your hands remember how to rest, and your fingers remember how to be simple and quiet, a memory that returns quickly whenever you give it a chance. Bring your attention to the back of your neck and feel it lengthen with comfort, as if a kind hand were there saying you can let the head be held by the world. Let your cheeks loosen into softness, your lips resting in a natural curve that belongs to calm, and your eyelids growing even heavier with permission to close more deeply. Imagine the space inside your head filling with warm night air that carries away leftover echoes of the day, leaving only the peaceful hum of quiet engines at rest. Outside, an owl calls like a librarian of the dark, inviting hush and promising good guardianship while you drift. The waterfall answers with a continuous murmur that carries no urgency and no sharpness, only the sweet continuity that helps the nervous system trust the moment. These sounds know the choreography of sleep, guiding you toward deeper ease without a single command or rule. If a stray thought arrives with bright shoes and quick footsteps, offer it a seat on a starlit bench by the pier, along with a small lantern and a blanket of patience. Tell the thought that it did its part today and that the night will do its part now. And watch how the thought relaxes the instant it realizes it does not need to guard anything. You do not need to push anything away, because friendliness is often the quickest road to quiet. The hammock sways as if conducting a gentle symphony where the tempo is slow and the melody repeats in comforting waves. Every swing backward gathers any leftover tension, and every swing forward places that tension into the lake, where the water turns it into nothing more than ripples of evening light. You feel supported by the fabric, by the wood, by the water, by the sky, and by your own breath that has become a trusted companion rather than a task. In the quiet that follows, a doorway appears in the air above you, framed in silvery vines that shimmer like dew on morning grass. When the doorway opens, it reveals the night library, a place where every book holds a restful chapter written exactly for the reader who needs it. A small ladder lowers itself to the boathouse beam, and with no physical effort you find yourself standing among shelves lined with velvet and with moonlit titles. You run your fingers along the spines until one catches your attention. A book bound in dust colors with your initials impressed in soft silver. When you open the book, the letters are not sharp or demanding. They glow gently and rearrange themselves into sentences that seem to breathe along with you. The book tells a quiet story about a person who learns to rest even in a busy world, not by escaping life, but by becoming a soft place inside it where rest can always find a home. As you read, the words lighten and turn into little seeds of comfort that float from the page and settle into your shoulders, your chest, your belly, and your legs. Where the seeds land, warmth blossoms, and where warmth blossoms, tension loosens, and where tension loosens, sleep draws nearer like a friendly tide. You close the book and return it to the shelf, knowing it will open again whenever your hand reaches, because permission is always available to those who ask with gentleness. The ladder lifts you back to the hammock, and the boathouse sighs as if happy to have you exactly where you belong. Stars gaze through the roof's small windows, and each star feels like a little lantern carried by an old friend, walking you safely to the door of sleep. The moon drapes a silver curtain across the lake, dimming the world to the perfect level for dreams that heal slowly and thoroughly. Now let your breath follow a simple pattern if it helps you drift, inhaling gently through the nose for a comfortable count, pausing softly like a feather resting on air, and exhaling longer than you inhaled, so the out-breath becomes a warm blanket. Keep the counts kind rather than strict, because kindness calms more deeply than rules, and your body understands kindness immediately. Let the pattern dissolve whenever it wants, because the river of your breath knows the way even when you are not holding the map. Picture a small boat made of woven willow waiting at the boathouse door, bobbing with the minimal rhythm that always invites trust. You do not need to step into the boat with your body, because your breath steps in for you, pushing off from the pier with the lightest kiss of water. The boat glides across the lake toward a cove where reeds whisper in a language that only sleeping things understand, and the reeds whisper your name like a blessing. By the time the boat reaches the cove, you are drifting in a state where thoughts become shapes of light, and feelings become soft textures that do not require solving. The air carries the warm scent of cedar and a hint of vanilla, as if someone baked calm into the night and set it on the windowsill to cool. Your mind agrees to be quiet not because it is forced, but because it is finally soothed by the promise that everything important will still be there after sleep. Let every breath now be a tide that lifts you and lays you down. A tide that polishes the shoreline of your nerves until they shine with comfort. Let every exhale be the sound of a page turning in the book of night, leading you onward to the chapter where rest is not an idea, but a feeling. Let the crescent of the moon be the smile at the edge of your awareness, approving of how tenderly you are taking care of yourself. The lanterns along the shore lower their lids while the dream moths tuck their folded wings into pockets of shadow, and their tiny breaths become the quiet fog that begins to gather across the lake. The owl closes the last ledger of the evening, and the waterfall settles into a whisper that feels like velvet passed slowly over the edge of time. The world is not disappearing. It is simply dimming to the level your heart prefers when sleep is calling with sincerity. Rest deeper into the hammock as if the night itself were drawing you in with invisible threads, each thread soft, strong, and anchored in love. Let your arms and legs grow heavier in the sweetest possible way, the way ripe fruit rests in a basket, certain of belonging and safe from any storm. Let the quiet expand like a gentle universe within you until your whole body is its own small galaxy of ease. You are carried now not by effort but by the generous physics of surrender, where relaxation becomes gravity and comfort becomes orbit. Your breath keeps time like a slow drum heard through a wall, familiar and faithful, guiding you across the threshold that separates waking from dreaming. There is nothing left to hold and nothing left to finish, because night is completing everything that needs completion with calm hands and kindly eyes. As the last lanterns dim, let yourself drift as though you are a feather gliding toward a velvet cushion, sure of the landing, unafraid of the space between. Feel the room around you grow soft at the edges, while your inner world becomes bright with the most peaceful darkness you have ever known. Trust that sleep is arriving with a tender pace that matches your own, respectful and attentive and completely on your side. And as you slip into the sweetest part of night, remember that you can return to this sky, this lake, this hammock, and this breath whenever you wish, because they live inside you and they know the way back. Let the door to the night library stay cracked open just enough for tomorrow's kindness to find you again, while tonight's kindness stays close to hold you. Now let's fly across the sleepy night sky. Nothing has to be done perfectly, because the night loves you exactly as you are and is ready to cradle you in patient quiet. Imagine a calm lift beneath your body, the way a friendly cloud might rise to meet a bird who is ready to glide rather than push. Your breath becomes feathers at the edges of your ribs, light and trustworthy, moving you forward with the smallest motion and the sweetest ease. The room grows softer, as though each corner has been covered in velvet, while the edges of your thoughts blur like watercolor and find their way toward stillness. See a window in your imagination swinging open on quiet hinges, revealing a velvet sky dotted with lantern-bright stars that blink at the perfect pace for rest. You step into this sky with the confidence of someone returning to a beloved place, because in truth you have visited this meadow of night many times in the language of your breath. The air is cool and kind, scented with moonlit water and the faint sweetness of night-blooming flowers that know the secret of how to gently close the day. Beneath you, rooftops fold like sleeping hands, and the rivers wander like silver ribbons laid lovingly across the landscape. Hills hold their shapes with the peace of old friends resting side by side, while distant forests hum a steady lullaby that remembers every safe path home. Your body understands this hum as a promise, and in response, your shoulders let go another inch. Your jaw unhooks from effort, and your heart settles into a steady, unhurried rhythm. A soft cloud drifts near, shaped like a small ship with a deck of pale light and a rail threaded with bellflowers that ring only when you breathe out. You step aboard and feel the pleasant rise and fall as the cloud ship learns your preferred pace and then keeps it with faithful devotion. The stars above lean closer, not to dazzle or overwhelm, but to accompany, to companion, to be with you in the tender art of slowing down. The ship glides along a lane of constellations that looks like a path, each star a stepping stone placed by the night to make sure you always feel supported. Dream moths appear in a small, glimmering flock, their wings patterned with quiet stories, their movement a whisper that always ends in reassurance. They circle the ship at a respectful distance, drawing soft spirals that tone the air with calm, the way a distant bell tones a chapel with peace. Off the starboard side, an arch of silver mist hangs like a doorway into deeper quiet, and the cloud ship aims toward it with affectionate certainty. As you pass beneath the arch, the night seems to thicken in the best way, rich and velvety, so that every breath feels like sipping warm stillness from a cup made just for you. The day's last rustling thoughts arrive like friendly birds who needed a perch, and you offer them the soft branch of your patience, and they agree to sleep. A lake appears ahead, not upon the earth but suspended among the stars, a perfect mirror that holds the moon as gently as a palm holds a delicate stone. The cloud ship slows, and a pier of polished driftwood extends from a tiny boathouse with window panes that glow like candlelit honey. You step onto the pier and the boards greet your weight with a comforting creak, while the lake inhales when you inhale and exhales when you exhale, companioning you breath for breath. At the pier's end rests a small wooden box carved with feathers and shells and little waves that glimmer when touched by moonlight. Inside is a soft brush and a stack of lightly shimmering paper, the kind that receives water like a blessing and returns burdens to quiet without leaving scars. You dip the brush into the lake, paint the outline of a single worry, and watch it fade as the page dries, like a fog lifting to reveal a kind horizon. You paint another thought and another, naming each one gently without judgment, letting the lake translate them into calm, into clarity, into kindness. As the pages return to blankness, your ribs move as if unbuttoned from the inside, and the muscles along your spine remember how to trust your breath. Your heart space widens, not from effort, but from permission. The kind of permission that only night can offer with such eloquent silence. A pathway of tiny lanterns wakes along the shoreline, each holding a miniature moon that blinks its gentle hello as you follow. They guide you to the boathouse, where a hammock is strung between two old beams, woven of silver threads and strands of deep night that carry the scent of cedar and rain. You ease yourself into the hammock, and it greets your shape like a good friend who remembers your favorite way to be held. Above, the roof is slatted to reveal a constellation-spattered sky, as if the boathouse prefers to share the view rather than keep the stars to itself. The lake hushes at the pilings, a silk-soft sound like breath on the surface of water, while a faraway waterfall whispers a steady promise that everything continues in a gentle way. All of it combines into a lullaby that does not demand, that does not instruct, that merely offers and offers until your body says yes. Let your attention travel to your feet and feel them warm and heavy, the way stones warm themselves on a riverbed in late afternoon, and then surrender to evening. Invite your ankles to release their careful holding, while your calves lengthen like shadows at dusk that know the beauty of letting the day soften. Allow your knees to rest unguarded, and feel your thighs settle into the hammock's safe cradle as if they have finally arrived at the inn that expects them. Welcome your hips to nestle into perfect hollows, a fit so natural that your lower back sighs in relief and your breath deepens by reflex. Let your belly move like a clear tide, guided by a kind internal moon that knows exactly when to lift and exactly when to lower. Notice your ribs opening to receive the night and closing to share it back, an exchange that requires nothing more than your willingness to be here. Let the center of your chest bloom with soft light, a lantern that warms without glaring, a glow that belongs to comfort rather than performance. As you exhale, imagine that glow spreading to the edges of your shoulders, flowing down your arms in gentle threads, and gathering into peaceful pools inside your palms. Your hands remember how to rest, and your fingers remember how to be simply fingers, free from gripping lists or holding expectations. Bring attention to the back of your neck and allow it to lengthen, as though a kind palm were there to remind your head that even thoughts can lean on the world. Soften your cheeks, let your lips rest, and feel your eyelids grow deliciously heavy, like velvet curtains that know precisely when to draw themselves. Inside your head, imagine a breeze moving through a quiet room, carrying out leftover echoes while leaving every gentle memory intact. Outside, an owl offers one low call that lands on the water like a small moon pebble, rippling calm across the surface. The waterfall answers with continuity that never hurries, never scolds, and never stops loving the simple task of soothing. Somewhere beyond the trees, crickets choose the slowest tempo and keep it for you with unwavering loyalty. If a thought arrives bright and insistent, thank it for its work today and guide it to a cushion near the boathouse door, where a tiny lantern and a soft blanket wait for visiting ideas. Let that thought rest and listen to the night, and notice how its edges soon blur until it becomes a friendly shape that no longer asks for anything. Kindness toward thoughts is often the shortest path to quiet, and you have taken that path with effortless grace. In this ease, A ladder of moonbeams lowers gently from the rafters to the air above your heart, leading to a hidden loft known as the Night Library. You rise without moving, simply by attending, and find yourself among shelves lined with dusk-colored volumes whose titles shimmer like constellations. You choose a book that bears your initials in silver, and when you open it, the letters glow softly and rearrange themselves into a story about rest, finding its way home to you. As you read, the words become seed lights that float from the page and settle into your shoulders, your ribs, your hips, your thighs, and your calves. Wherever a seed light lands, warmth blossoms, and wherever warmth blossoms, tension melts the way frost melts from a window touched by morning. You return the book to its place, trusting that it will open to the right page whenever you visit again, because permission is now a skill you carry. The moonbeam ladder lowers you back into the hammock, and the fabric reshapes around you with exquisite understanding. Stars tilt their small faces toward your breathing, and the lake mirrors their patient attention in a soft tremble that feels like a lullaby without music. The night draws closer in the way a blanket does, making sure your shoulders are covered and your feet are warm and your heart is sure of belonging. If you enjoy simple rhythms, allow your breath to follow an easy pattern, perhaps breathing in gently through the nose, pausing comfortably, and breathing out slightly longer than you breathed in, so the exhale becomes a cradle. Let the numbers, if you use them, be soft and flexible, because your body accepts kindness more deeply than it accepts rules. If the pattern dissolves, let it go without concern, since the river of your breath remembers the way even when you have set the map down. A willow leans over the lakeside window, and its graceful branches trail the surface with the lightest touch, writing calligraphy whose only word is peace. The letters lengthen into ripples that reach the boathouse posts, and the posts answer with a comfortable sigh that says you are safe here. Even the quiet knows your name, and it whispers it with affection that asks nothing more than your presence. Your mind begins to paint a meadow beneath the stars, where night-blooming flowers open cups of pearl to gather dew that glows like gentle promises. You wander this meadow without moving a muscle, your feet made of hush and your steps made of permission, while a small companion, perhaps a fox of moonlight or a bird of silver, keeps pace at your side. Together you pause at a pool that reflects the sky with such fidelity that the sky blushes and smiles at its own kindness. You scoop a little quiet from the pool and set it upon your chest, and it spreads like liquid starlight, easing every muscle that was pretending to be a shield. The quiet travels downward to your belly and outward to your hips, then flows into your legs and settles in your heels, making the body feel sweetly anchored and wonderfully light at once. In this state, you realize that rest is not the absence of life, but the place where life is most beautifully held. The meadow gently fades back into the boathouse as the hammock continues its nearly invisible sway. A motion so subtle and sure that it becomes a language you do not need to translate. Lanterns along the pier dim to syrupy gold, while the moon drapes a softer veil across the lake so that dreams can gather without feeling watched. Every part of the scene agrees to lower its voice, to slow its pulse, and to offer you the comfort of being unhurried and uncomplicated. Let a final wave of release travel down from your forehead to your eyes, to your jaw, to your throat, to your heart, to your belly, to your hips, to your thighs, to your knees, to your calves, to your ankles, and finally to your feet. At each place, quietly say yes to comfort, yes to support, yes to being carried. And notice how yes is the key that opens every inner door in this house of rest. Your body answers by settling a little deeper, and the hammock answers by holding a little closer, and the lake answers by breathing a little slower. There is nothing left to solve and nothing left to plan, because the night is solving what can be solved and saving what must be saved, all with hands gentler than memory. Trust that your breath will keep watch with the stars, and that your heart will keep time with the waterfall, and that your dreams will keep company with every tender light along the shore. Let sleep arrive like a friendly tide that recognizes you from far away and comes straight to your door with quiet joy. When you drift, the doorway to the sky stays within reach, tucked like a ribbon between the pages of your attention, so you can return whenever you wish without searching. The night library remains open to your gentle knock, and the little boat remains tied at the pier, and the cloud ship rests in its harbor of silk, all ready to welcome you again. For now, allow yourself to float into the deepest part of the night, supported, accompanied, and cherished by everything that is kind. Rest and be beautifully carried as the sleepy night sky watches over you with patient eyes and a soft, enduring smile. Feel the cradle of darkness and the silver hum of water and the sweet hush of cedar and rain, all weaving a nest of quiet that fits you perfectly. That ends tonight's journey, but you're welcome to stay a bit longer.